Welcome back, league mates and listeners, to the Pigskin Pals podcast. This is going to be our week 4 episode where we're going over our DFS lineups, basically our favorite plays, and then going into our league with the redraft picks and the dynasty picks. Shout out to one of our league mates, Ryan. He's on his honeymoon right now. We were celebrating at his wedding. I got a little shiner from Uzma Kappa. He's got a matching one though. So let's get stuck right into it. All right, hopping into the DFS, I finally got my first win of the season. I did get lucky with the CD Lamb injury saved my ass last week.
Did anyone else join? I didn't look. Did Ben do one this time or no?
Ben did do one. He got third place. He did have a stinker. He also went with the Dak
weeks
stack.
Okay, that
of something. But highlights from my side was the Drake May play helped me out. The Christian McCaffrey, 24 points. Crazy he didn't get any fire for that, but I mean, he is super expensive, so makes a bit of sense. My stack with Drake May didn't necessarily work out with Diggs. I should have paired him up with Hunter Henry. He was the one catching all the touchdowns. Even though Mbuka had a scare injury going into the week, he performed pretty well, and we both kind of had Rome to cancel those out. I had a feeling that you would be playing Rome, so...
Oh, yeah. Rome's my boy, dude. For my side, obviously James Cook was sick. I expected that to be the case. And then Quinshon, I was pleasantly surprised with Judkins. He was my last pick of my entire DFS, and I was like, this point values, I don't super love anyone here, and Quinshon obviously had that big workload the week before, so I took a shot, and I was like, damn, it actually worked out, even in what was seemingly a tough matchup. So that makes me feel good about Judkins just in general going forward, is in a matchup that, he still produced. So
definitely, he looked good too, watching the game. Yeah, we can touch on the Packers a little bit, but that was disappointing. I was driving back from the wedding, so I didn't get to watch it live, but I went spoiler free the whole drive, and I'm like, I can't wait. I can get back. I'm gonna watch the game. Julie's gonna watch it with me. It's gonna be your first Packer game. It's gonna be such. I was hyping on. We're we're playing one of the worst teams ever, and we're one of the best. No. And we had the full spread during the game, and it just kept going. I'm like, this is already terrible because we're playing. This is not up to the standards that I was expecting against a team like this. Granted, I think Cleveland has an outstanding defense.
Agreed.
Just on their team, but super sad to have that go down. Expecting just to have a nice day with casual Sunday with a win for your team, and then you're just like, nope, you're getting slapped in the face.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of relate. Cowboys game didn't go particularly well either. I mean, I knew the defense was bad after the week they just had against the Giants. Oh my God, it is possibly the worst defense I've ever seen. I don't know what the secondary is doing at all ever. It's just they can always, it's bad. It's really bad. The only way that this team, unless there's changes that are made, whether it's personnel, just strategy, whatever it may be, if nothing changes there, the only way that this team will ever win football games is if we win 40, or if we put up 40 points, which without CD could be hard.
And I guess that makes sense where your defense looked decent against the Eagles, is because they just didn't want to throw the ball.
They ran. Yeah, and our run defense has been okay. It's been pretty good. Shout out Kenny Clark. But yeah, we had nothing in the secondary. So let's move on to the DFS, because I got a feeling this might be relevant here. But maybe that's...
You think? Are we trying to twist the knife into each other a little bit?
Oh, let's find out. Go for yours first.
Okay, my quarterback I'm starting with is Samuel Darnold on Thursday night.
All right. Okay. A little Thursday night Darney. I don't hate this at all.
And you got Jordan Love.
I mean, I have to do it, right? You should play any quarterback that is playing against this Dallas Cowboys team until further notice. They need to be in your lineup or in your DFS lineup. It's just no questions asked.
You don't think Dak's gonna need to be scoring some points?
I think Dak may be perfectly fine, but we've been more efficient on the ground than we have, not even efficient. We've just been really effective on the ground. So I think we could really rely, especially with CD out, on Javonte in the run game just because he's been so good. And maybe try not to throw as much. So that's why I erred on this side of Jordan Love because of the awful secondary.
Do love the start. I'm excited to be playing him in my leagues.
Yeah.
Great matchup. I just wanted to pay down a bit.
Yeah.
Darnold's been very average.
Great.
I'm not super excited to play him, but it's like
it's a good matchup.
It's a good matchup. It's a divisional game.
Yep.
Things could get interesting. JSN's looked amazing so far.
Absolutely.
I have Amarian Hampton. He finally had his breakout last week.
For an unfortunate reason. Because of Najee, I think. But it's still, he's here. He's broken out.
Super unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with the NFL and Achilles recently, but like the past 2 years has just been...
Yeah, I saw something about I don't know, I mean, this could be totally whack, but it's like people who've moved from playing on non-turf fields to turf, there's something different about the way that is to your, like how it reacts to your body and how you push off and things like that could be causing some of these injuries. So.
Interesting. I mean, just have grass everywhere. This is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Grass everywhere.
I have another NFL theory that we can touch on really quick.
Love it.
So last week, how many missed field goals, blocked field goals?
Oh my God, so
there
many.
were.
So
you know, they're doing the new kicker ball this year.
Yes. Yep.
Is the NFL juicing or deflating balls at certain points and telling people to use those?
No. Isn't the kicker ball simply just like the kicker can like use this ball as like whenever they want type of deal? Like they can choose, okay, I want this ball and I can use this game and this game, like, or is it like there's just a different ball each game for the kickers? Like, how does it work?
I was thinking, I only briefly watched it, but I thought it's just the kickers just have special balls that they can use. Too. So I'm like, well, if this is just holding in a certain area, like maybe someone's messing with the walls. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they're messing with
Buffalo Wild Wings is in there, and
dude, that is what it feels like, is those Buffalo Wild Wings commercials. There's just so many block kicks. It's insane. I also, like, the way I was thinking about it is because it's their own balls, like, maybe the kickers themselves have it. They can, like, not deflate, but, like, put it to a certain point where they think it, like, maybe flies. Oh, my Pringle just moved it over. Where it flies the way they like it. And I'm thinking maybe that's to go further. It's just a little bit less high based off the deflate, so then it gets blocked more. Totally.
Yeah, I don't know. This
no leg to stand on there.
But let's move on to your running back. You got Breece Hall.
Yeah. Had a little bit. He's been a little bit rough these last 2 weeks. Really, really good matchup. Obviously, we just saw James Cook tear up Miami. I think this is going to be a defense, especially with the running backs you want to target. And I think he's due for a little bounce back game on Monday night. I think he'll get in the end zone. So feel pretty.
Thought I was playing him against a juicy matchup in the Steelers week 2. Did not work out for me. So on my end, I got Josh Jacobs. I was thinking, because I was like, I do think the Packers are going to have a really good bounce back game.
Mm-hmm.
And I could play Love, but I'm like, who would I want to like stack him with? Like, he spreads the ball around too much. And I'm like, I'm not going to pick anyone, the quarterback and a receiver. I'm just going to pick Jacobs to do it.
Fair.
And he has been, it feels like he's been hibernating the first couple of weeks. Yeah. Maybe this is his time to shine. It looks like he had a little ankle injury this week. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I saw that designation when I was finally submitting my lineup, but it was limited. I'm sure he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I would agree. He's been fine, and I'm sure he will be pretty good. Ooh. I also got Hampton. I mean, he's broken out. It's a good matchup. Not much to say there. We kind of talked a little bit with you, but I agree. Great pick.
Okay, I feel a bit better about that right now. And I guess I lied. I do have a stack. I have Matthew Golden in my lineup. We finally saw a couple little flashes from him against the Cleveland game. I think this might be the game that he kind of does break out. We need someone. Jordan Love threw it, I think, one time over 10 yards last week, which is pretty shocking. If we're going to be airing out, I want it to be to this guy.
Yeah.
And remember what happened last time the Cowboys faced a rookie wide receiver on the Packers named Christian Watson.
Yeah, he went crazy. And what I will say is I agree with this pick. I think where the Cowboys are getting beat really, really bad is on huge, huge plays. And I think if someone's going to make that play, it's probably going to be Golden. So I like it.
I do wish he was a lot cheaper than 5.2K, but
52 is pretty cheap.
definitely
But
is super cheap.
For what
like
he's produced, it's not necessarily like...
Wicks had basically week 2, he had like the same outage that he had week 3, and Wicks is like 4K, and I was like, which one do I do?
You just got the name value.
Oh, god dang it.
Yeah, sorry. It's just looking good for me right now is what I'm going to say. I like that for sure, that you just don't get to cancel out my Jordan Love at all. That feels really nice that I picked the same thing. And I expect if Jacobs has a day, Jacobs has a good day. Jordan Love will probably have a good day. So I also agree with the big play Matthew Golden take.
I was really hoping you were going to be coming in here with Dak and Pickens.
Well, you have no clue how unconfident I am going into this game. This is the most like I've been like, oh, this is just a game that the Cowboys are going to lose. Like, and it's okay. So I've come to terms with that. So I'm okay with picking these guys because I already know that it's over going into the game.
All right, my wide receiver 2 is Puka Nacua, who has been popping off. Should I roll yours down right now?
Roll it down, bro. Roll it down.
All right.
He's been insane.
This is literally so far right now we have Sam Jacobs and Breece Hall Jacobs and Darnold versus Love and Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel?
I think it's pretty even. Well, I don't know.
I feel
Love is way better than Darnold.
That's where I think I see the difference too. I don't think Jacobs is necessarily any worse or any better than Hall. I think I think Jordan Love probably has a higher chance for a big boom game. But anyway,
if we are wrong on Love, or if we're wrong on Golden, and it's not coming through the passing through the Packers, I do like my chances.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, and to complete my stack, I have a JSN with Sam Darnold. He still feels insanely cheap for how well he's been producing.
Mm-hmm.
And AJ has his boy Rome Adunze.
I mean, I don't need to talk much. He's cheap for like how insanely good he's been. He's like a top 5 receiver right now in fantasy points.
Number 3.
Top 3.
And half PPR.
So like, I mean, obviously it's really early in the season, but like you can very obviously tell like this is the go-to target for this offense right now. And I don't suspect that to necessarily change here, and it's obviously a pretty nice matchup. So feel confident, especially at that price point for Rome.
All right, I'm gonna
JSN's honestly pretty cheap too for how well he's done.
Yep, I'm gonna do your tight end first. You have Jake Ferguson. I did yours first because I had an inkling that you would be having Jake Ferguson.
It just makes sense, right?
With CD out.
Once CD went down, he became, as I took this from Skip Bayless, he became Dink and Dak. Like, he was dinking it down to Jake Ferguson basically every play. I mean, obviously that's probably something that changes slightly just because, they were probably game planning differently, more with CD in the plan going into the Bears game. So then once he went down, they kind of just had to go with it, and Jake was that safety blanket. So I don't expect him to have 14 targets like he had last week, but he's going to have a lot. They have good chemistry, so I mean, it's a no-brainer, especially with our stacks that we got going on. Okay,
so our flex will get interesting because we're basically dead even with money right now. You have like $200 more than me, I believe. I didn't even spend all my money this week. I had $200 left over. But I'm really curious where your flex goes.
I'm curious where I'm going to.
You have Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I felt great about that. Absolutely electric with Keenan Allen. I'm like, I have like 3 teams total in this fucking team, by the way. Like, I've got 2 Chargers, I've got 2 Packers, and then I got like 2 games even. Like, I feel good, man. I mean, like, I'm picking games where I think they're gonna be like one-sided. The matchups look good, and then Puka, who just is always good. So
that means. It makes me want to believe that you paid up for defense because my flex is at 5,800, I believe. I went with J.K. Dobbins against the poor Cincinnati defense right there. And he's definitely looked like just the workhorse on Denver right now.
Definitely. There's no signs of him losing that job yet. And I do believe I paid up slightly for my defense, probably more than you did. I don't recall exactly which one it was.
I went with the Titans against Houston, who's
I mean, I don't
been
hate that.
struggling,
I don't hate that.
and you went with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Interesting. This
Yeah.
is going to be a super close DFS week
Yeah,
for the both of us.
I agree. I think both look pretty good. Obviously, we had similar ideas throughout a lot of it, so of course I'm going to feel like it's good for both of us. But it's kind of fun. This is one of the more close ones we've had. Like last season, we had like one or two that were like really, really close. This might be like one of the closest that we've had.
That's crazy because I just changed mine. I revamped like the whole thing today. I started off with Justin Fields and like a Garrett Wilson stack because like Fields should be back, but I was like, if he's not, I do not want to pivot to Tua.
You don't want to have to go. Yeah, yeah.
And then I just had like a bunch of random players like Sutton and basically I looked at it again. I'm like, this was terrible. I must have made this
Doesn't feel
super
good. You
late
get that.
at
Sometimes
night.
you do it the first time. You're like, this just sucks. Like this doesn't feel good at all, and then you just redo the whole thing. I've totally done that.
So it sounds like we're in lockstep for this week. So I'm expecting maybe our picks are pretty similar for our redraft and dynasty leagues. We can take a look at those.
There we go. We got two.
Pretty similar. I believe we both went 5-1 last week in this because we were pretty similar. So we did a lot better than last week. I think we only had like 2 or 1 correct last week. So we bounced back. We did a lot better. The ones we're different on right now is I picked myself, you picked Ryan, and I picked Riley, and you picked Austin. I think we should talk about those games for a little bit if you have those up on Sleeper.
I can pull them up. Full show. Bang. Let's go to Pigskin Pals and let's pull up your game first. Let's give you a little chat here. What do you think about that? What do you think about your lineup?
So, obviously, I'm playing my DFS quarterback, Sam Darnold. I think it's going to be a super interesting game just based off of the matchups that we both have. Because I have Darnold, I'm kind of countering his JSN with that. And then I thought there was something else.
Nothing that I see on paper here.
I think that was just one of
you
my...
You also have Trey Benson, so maybe like you're saying you have both ends of the spectrum there. Your Thursday night is insane, by the way. You got Sam Darnold, Trey Benson, Marvin Harrison. Your week could be over.
It very well could be. I think I'm also just really weary on Jamar Chase after this last week.
Oh man, my dad put up in our family league, he put up Jamar Chase for trade, and I honestly starting to feel like I might be trying to get some Jamar Chase if people are getting a little bit weary.
I would definitely buy it low.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be just fine. He's played with Jake Browning before. The last time they played together, it took a couple games to get back into swing things. Vikings defense is extremely good. Like, I think that defense is incredible. So I think people are just taking too much into account this one game. I think he'll be fine. Obviously, Denver's a great defense too, so
that's
tough as well.
That's what I was gonna get to. I'm weary, especially for this week against Denver. He's got Diggs in his lineup, who's been butt, and I have literally a vacuum at my flex position of Chris Olave because he has been seeing so many targets.
11 catches for 50 yards is insane. That's like his stat line every game. It's nuts.
But it's going to be a close one.
I think it's close. I like the Cortland Sutton matchup, obviously. I think at some point Diggs is bound to have a fairly decent game. I don't think Carolina's all that good. In general, Quinshawn, obviously, workhorse. Bucky's great. Jalen Hurts gets his. I'm a bit worried. I'm not like J-Mo's been pretty bad. I know all it takes is the one play for him, but against Cleveland, I don't know if it's going to happen.
Well, my thought process was because I can flex Deebo Samuel. He's been very solid so far this year, minus last week.
Yeah.
I could throw him in there. I think I'm going to see what happens Thursday night. If I need a boom, I'm going to keep J-Mo in. If I need something more safe, I'm going to put Deebo in.
Yeah.
But my thought process was like Cleveland can't really run on that team because they have an insane defensive front. So if the Lions are going to be doing something, or if they're in more of a closer game and need sort of like that trick play deep ball that they kind of go to, it might be a J-Mo game for that.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I think this will be close. I just think Ryan's got I think, a little bit more stability throughout his entire team. I think I feel a little bit more confident in most of the guys, whereas you could have some boom weeks, but I could also see some of them putting up duds. That's kind of why I went Ryan's way. Also, I mean, obviously he's been putting up pretty good weeks pretty consistently.
And then we have
Austin, right?
Riley and Austin. Yeah,
Austin's a guy who is 3-0 right now, aka 6-0. A guy no one
that's
wants to be 6-0.
crazy.
A guy no one wants to be 6-0, but he is. Michael Pittman, and like I think Michael Pittman specifically saved his team almost. Like Pittman being what Pittman is and the Colts being good absolutely saved him, because Jacoby was always going to be solid, but there we didn't really have that next guy we thought was like great. Like none of his young guys hit. Well, he just picked up Thornton, but anyway. So Pittman saved his week, and I mean the running backs he chose, they're doing pretty good. So yeah, I think I just like most of the matchups there. The only thing, obviously, his issue is this Trey Tucker here. He's obsessed with this guy, and he will play him, and I don't like it.
I mean, he's already playing Jacoby. I feel like you have to pick one of them and then put Golden in at
I would agree.
Your other spot. Like I just said, too, about the Cleveland defense, obviously the Lions running backs are complete on different levels, but if they do have a slow week, I like the matchups that my running backs Riley's matchups are seeing.
Fair.
With Jacobs and Jordan Mason. He's got Jaden Daniels back.
Yeah.
And
I can see this being a neighbor's bounce back game too.
Yeah, and his flex is a tiny bit more attractive than Austin's, and then the Buffalo defense against the Saints is kind of nicey.
So here's my thought process. So let's say instead of Trey Tucker, he's got Matthew Golden in there, right? You're taking Breece Hall, you're taking DeAndre Swift and Calvin Ridley over Breece Hall and Matthew Golden? No way.
No
way.
But before, when I was making my picks, I only saw Trey Tucker, and I was like, that's gross. It's
a gross thing to see in there.
I think he's a decent player, but like I don't want to bet on him right now.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, I think this is also a close one. Like I said, I think Neighbors you're right. These running backs could have a great day, and I think Neighbors with Jackson Dart could have a nice bounce back game. So who knows? I think the flex, if he changes that, I think Austin's in good shape. Where we have two more differences, which is fun.
Juicy. So we picked myself, we picked yourself, Jake, and Ben. I kind of went into this at first just being like, looking at the names, and I was like, I'm going to pick this team, this team, this team, this team. And it was pretty easy in my head. I think the only real toss-up I had was Peter and Sam, because I knew they were both good teams. And looking at the matchup, I was like, both these teams look a little gross this week. Especially
Peter and Sam's?
Yeah, especially Sam's to me too, with his recent injury. Like, dude is starting now. Nick Chubb, let me pull it up. He's starting
Nick Chubb,
Keenan Allen, Juwan Jennings. I mean, he's playing Chris Olave too. Chris Olave, Keenan Allen, Juwan Jennings. He's got Purdy in there right now over Justin Fields. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they both have the quarterbacks in the big game of the week with Mahomes versus Lamar. That should be interesting. And then it's just like Peter's got AJ Brown, Nico. Both of them have been kind of stalling out. I'm not excited to pick either of these teams is what I was getting at.
Yeah, I think really what it came down to for me was, I don't know what it is. I really think he's got the short end of the stick when it comes to the quarterbacks. I think the Jets are going to have a nice game against the Dolphins, and I think the Ravens are going to have a nice bounce back game against the Chiefs. So I just got a feeling he's going to get let down a little bit by his quarterbacks, and that's kind of why I went on the Sam route, just because I think either of the quarterbacks in his super flex, either Purdy or Fields, will have a better day than both of Peter's quarterbacks, like either of them. So that's kind of where I felt Sam got
the advantage. Then you definitely have to touch on why you picked Luke
I'll touch on this
over Ethan.
I'll bring this one up. I'm going to bring this over here. I'll be honest. A lot of this felt like Ethan's having a really unlucky season. And that's just the facts. Like, this is a good team, and he's 1-2. Like, he's just getting beat. Some of his big stars aren't putting up the points that they...
Or hurt.
Or hurt, yes. He's playing Sterling Shepard, which obviously isn't that bad in this instance because Mike Evans is out. But Chris Godwin could be coming back. He's got Dak into Green Bay. I don't particularly think that's going to be a good time. And I mean, I like Odunze. I like Jalen Hurts. Quentin Johnston's been incredible. Rashid Shaheed's due for a big play. He always is. Obviously, the RB2 situation is rough. Chris Rodriguez, well, maybe had a couple points last week. That backfield's really hard to project. Like, it's just going to be a roller coaster that the whole year. I think no one's ever really going to take it over. I like Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield going at it, and I really like Genty's matchup, and I like Odunze and Johnston. It's just a couple guys who I think put up big weeks, and then he's got some flyers who have a chance to have a good week as well. While Ethan's team on paper is better, I think the matchups maybe lean in Luke's favor, especially towards the super flex and flex area.
I don't know what you're talking about because I see Luke having 3 players that I would not want to ever start in Rodriguez, Hunter, and Shaheed. Ethan only has 1 player that I'm like, I don't really want to start Shepard, but he can always throw Cooper Kupp in there too.
This matchup's not good. You're talking about you didn't like Gibbs' matchup. You're talking about you didn't like Jamar's matchup.
True. I could be eating my words.
So we'll see. This is definitely a time for sure where I was kind of on the fence. Like, okay, like I could kind of see this. Like, I probably should pick Ethan. But then in my head, I'm like, Dane, I'm down right now. Dane's probably going to pick Ethan. This is a team where, like, I genuinely think Luke could win. And maybe I bring up a game in our scoreboard too. So that also did honestly play a part in it. Gaming the system a little bit there.
We will see what happens.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. That is it. I'm excited for this week of football. I'm a little bit less excited because I can't be excited for the Cowboys game, just knowing what I think is about to happen. But I'm excited for a lot of the other games. I'm excited for Thursday night. I think that'll be a fun game. I'm excited, weirdly, for the Jets and Miami game. I think that'll be a fun game. And then I'm not going to ignore the other Monday night game because I think it's going to be bad.
And we got Sunday morning football.
Sunday morning football. Yes, I love Sunday morning football. Good take. Great take there. Yeah. But again, hey, join our DFS, man. Come on, just do it. It'll be fun. Maybe you'll beat us. So far, no one's
against the
taking
experts.
cake over us. Yeah, we're kind of the best. We might be the best. So, yeah, join that up. It'll be a good time. Maybe you'll get mentioned because you get first. If not, get better. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
See ya.